In San Francisco, fuel costs are more than the state average, but the good news is prices have gone down 8 cents in the past week, 2 cents less than yesterday, today just at $4.20, but still way up from a cheap $3.17 a gallon a year ago. This bank surveillance photo shows the robber dressed in a plaid button-down shirt and gray beanie. The Gen X bandit is wanted for 2 recent bank robberies in Southern California. Tuesday afternoon, just before 6 p.m., the FBI tipped local San Francisco police about this suspect being in the city driving a stolen BMW.
Scotty Cousins wasn't in the lineup today, and this morning he told reporters he is just sick about the situation, so much so that he told Marlins PR he doesn't want to do any on-camera interviews.
In a very short span of just about 4 hours, the First Lady made 2 stops in Oakland and San Francisco today, her first appearances since her husband's been in office. And it was an expensive ticket to see First Lady Michelle Obama either at the Claremont for breakfast or the luncheon that followed at the Merchants Exchange building.
This is the carriage entrance where the First Lady will enter the hotel. Here they've resurfaced the driveway, added new plants and flowers, plus a fresh coat of paint. And before Michelle Obama gets ready to walk up the stairs, they will roll out the red carpet.
It's time for change. If the collapse of the dome didn't send a red flag that Minnesota needs some change, I don't know what will. So, you know, I wish Brett Favre the best, but 297, there's nothing to be ashamed of there.
These days, when you see images of pop icons like rappers Eminem or Lil Wayne and rocker Travis Barker, chances are they're wearing saggy pants. And while I've learned for some it's a fashion statement, for others it's about being comfortable. Her Honda SUV was found along this street just about a half-mile away from Kaiser. It was locked with a laptop inside. Now, it's been nearly a week since Michelle Lee's disappearance, and her friends and relatives are just hoping for her safe return.
Well, statewide gas prices have fallen 10 cents a gallon in the past week. Today, they're at $4.10 versus $4.20 a week ago, and last year, just $3.07. So we're still paying a full $1 more than that. Now, in San Francisco, fuel costs are more than the state average, but the good news is prices have gone down 8 cents in the past week, 2 cents less than yesterday, today just at $4.20, but still way up from a cheap $3.17 a gallon a year ago. I spoke to AAA about the reason for the drop in prices and also talked to motorists filling up at the pump.
Each gallon, 10 cents a gallon, that's pretty solid.
Lower prices at the pump are putting smiles on motorists' faces.
I drive a lot, so it just makes a big difference. Every day you drive, my job takes me all over the place, and a few cents make a big difference in the bottom line. So, anything helps.
Typically, fuel costs go up for the holiday weekend, but AAA says not this year.
The high gas prices that we have experienced over the past several months has been really driven up more by Wall Street, by speculation, than it has by supply and demand. So that's really the main reason why gas prices have spiked so much in the recent months, and now they're leveling off. Crude oil as well has dropped.
A price drop that's expected to hold.
Gas is coming down little by little, and it's stabilizing, so we're not going to see any major increase from here through Memorial Day weekend.
And cheaper gas couldn't come at a better time.
I'll have more money to spend on other things, because every time you fill up a tank, you got a 20-gallon tank, and it's 10 cents, 20 cents more. It adds up.
In San Francisco, Aubrey Aquino, KRON 4 News.
In a very short span of just about 4 hours, the First Lady made 2 stops in Oakland and San Francisco today, her first appearances since her husband's been in office. And it was an expensive ticket to see First Lady Michelle Obama either at the Claremont for breakfast or the luncheon that followed at the Merchants Exchange building.
Security was in full force in downtown San Francisco midday Tuesday as the First Lady's motorcade rolled into town. Michelle Obama here to host a fundraising luncheon at the Julia Morgan Ballroom at the Merchants Exchange building, where she spoke to about 200 guests who each paid at minimum $2,500 to be in the audience.
It was heartfelt, authentic. It really, a lot of people in the room as I looked around were so touched by her comments as a mother, as the First Lady, and as someone really committed to make things different.
She's really inspiring to me, and she's making me want to do more. She's just really inspiring.
Cameras weren't allowed inside the event, so I only got a quick glimpse of the First Lady as she headed out on her motorcade. But thanks to Twitter, several photos from Mrs. Obama's breakfast function at the Claremont surfaced. Tickets for the early morning event started at $1,000, and guests were treated to a gourmet meal by celeb chef Alice Waters. The meal included Acme bread, soul food farm eggs, and organic asparagus. Hollywood actress Jennifer Garner was also among many of the VIPs in attendance. In San Francisco, Aubrey Aquino, KRON 4 News.